Good afternoon, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman coming to you live from the Fort Cobb Broxton Fieldhouse for the season opener, not the season opener, the home opener of Mustang basketball. Blake, what do you think about tonight's game with Arapaho?
Arapaho played 2 games already, Granite and Blair. Both were wins. Should be a very good contest. Both contests tonight should be very good. Both teams Class B, and probably a few teams that could make some noise there towards March. Spoke with Coach Rogers and Coach Shumpert before the game. They had a couple goals. First of all, limit turnovers, and you could ask any coach, and they'd probably say that before any game. Second thing, limit offensive rebounds. Just looking at the Lady Indians warming up down here, most of them are pretty tall. I don't have any listed heights or anything, do you? But,
no, I don't.
But I would assume if that's one of the goals, they're probably pretty active on the boards. So controlling those tonight, and I'm going to have to agree with it, those are probably the keys for the game. So,
well, that's a pretty good capsule. Just in the games that they played, they've scored quite a bit. They beat Granite 48-11, and they beat Blair 55-22. So they're averaging about 50 points a game. Of course, Fort Cobb's only played the one game against Indiana, and they defeated the Lady Warriors 41-32. So be interesting to see how we match up against this a pretty well-coached Arapaho team. I know that Christy Edlin is the coach for Arapaho Butler. I'm going to have a hard time probably saying that. It's a mouthful. It's kind of like Fort Cobb Broxton and Arapaho Butler.
Right.
There's a lot of schools combined here today. What'd you do today? It was a beautiful day. Did you have to stay at school all day?
Well, not quite. We had a little bit of time out in baseball practice. We got to mess around a little bit. Other than that, not a whole lot was going on.
I tell you, it's about the most pleasant day weather-wise I've seen in quite a long time. I think it was 70 degrees, not a breath of wind. And unfortunately, I was indoors all day till I got off work. But it would have been an outstanding day to play golf. Are you a golfer?
Definitely. I am a golfer.
Are you?
It would have been an amazing day for golf.
Or fishing.
Not a whole lot of wind, so don't have to contend with that either.
Well, when you're a hacker like me, the wind usually don't bother you any more than on a calm day. But anyway, it was a beautiful day in southwest Oklahoma, that's for sure. I'd like to thank, while we have the opportunity, our sponsors for this year's broadcast. Let me get my list out here. Southwest Driving School, Mr. Kent Sexton. Sponsor last year, and he's here with us again this year. We're certainly thankful for him. Carnegie Fiber, located in Carnegie, Oklahoma. Do outstanding work with the fiber optic lines all around the area. If you need an internet in your house, give them a call at Carnegie Fiber. Ouachita Valley Bank, located here in Fort Cobb, been here since 1902. Proud sponsors of the Mustangs. T-Birds, located in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Mr. Travis Birchie does a great job sponsoring the Mustangs and always taking great care of the students who come in there on a daily basis. He's got it a pretty good organization going there. You can place an order, call ahead of time, and he'll have your lunch ready when you get there. So that helps out the high school students, I know. And ABC Superior Realty, Miss Shelley Dissy. If you have some property to sell, she's the person to call. That's Shelley Shelley Dissy, ABC Superior Realty. Anything else you want to talk about tonight, Blake, before we kick off the game? There's about 7 minutes to go before the tip-off.
I do have a question for you.
All right, okay.
And I don't know how up you are on this, but
probably not very high.
Last name of Lady Indians coach Elin. Would that be any relation to the Gracemont coach back in the day, Joe Elin?
That's a great question. I would assume she's married to. I think maybe her husband is Jay, perhaps, and I think he's the superintendent at Arapaho. And I believe Jay could be the son of Jimmy Edlin from Gracemont.
Right.
And I think and I shouldn't be saying these things because I'm not 100% sure, but I think he went to school at Verdon High School back in the day.
Okay.
Graduated from Verdon. He was an outstanding baseball player, as I recall. And if that's not correct, maybe somebody can call in and correct us, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on that. but I know he was the Edlins from Gracemont were outstanding players. I think Joey actually played professional ball, was signed by one of the Major League Baseball teams, and
might have.
Kim Kroll knows all of the statistics about the Edlins. I think there was a high school state tournament game where went 17 innings. And Joey pitched for Gracemont, and I don't know who they were playing, maybe Asher or somebody, and the other team beat Gracemont 1-0. They went 17 innings, and both pitchers pitched complete games that day.
Was that the game they set the state record for most strikeouts in a game? I think it combined 60, if I remember correctly.
That's probably about right. Yeah, nobody could hit them. Obviously, 1-0. That's quite a pitcher's duel.
It is.
But anyway, I think Christie is probably related to those guys by marriage. I would assume. All right, let's take a 2-minute timeout. Come back and maybe Blake can have some more trivia for you. You're listening to Fort Cobb Broxton Mustang basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
To Fort Cobb Broxton, folks, we're about 3 minutes away from the tip-off of the home opener Mustang basketball. The Lady Mustangs taking on the Arapaho Butler Lady Indians. Now, before the break, Blake asked a question about Christy Edlin, the coach for Arapaho, and we were discussing a state championship game between Gracemont and Asher, and Blake has pulled it up on his phone here to give the actual facts of the game. Go ahead, Blake. Tell us what you found.
All right. I'll give you a little flashback. It's October 4th, 1971. 50 years ago. Am I correct on that?
That'd be about right, yeah.
Class B state championship game, Asher and Gracemont. Asher's Billy Brim had 37 strikeouts,
wow,
and Joey Edlin had 35. And in the national record books, those two are second and third, respectively, nationally in strikeouts in one game.
That's quite a game. 17 innings, and they pitched the
17 innings.
Right? And what was the final score?
1-0 Asher. So that's about as good of a definition of pitcher's duel as you can get.
Yeah, if you looked up pitcher's duel in the dictionary, that's what you'd find right there, I'm sure. That's pretty impressive. Anyway, I guess the point of that conversation was I think Christy Edlin is married to perhaps the nephew of Joey Edlin. We're assuming that, but we think that's correct. All right, let's talk about this girls' game tonight. Lady Mustangs are 1-0. They come into this game after defeating the Indiahoma Lady Warriors last Friday night, 41-32 at Indiahoma. And that was Coach Jana Rogers' first victory here at Fort Cobb Broxton as she came over from Cordell. Spent about 20 years coaching the Blue Devils over at Cordell and had an outstanding career in Cordell after graduating from Southwestern Oklahoma State University, and she's now coaching here at Fort Cobb Broxton, and we're happy to have her. And she'll be taking on the Arapaho Butler Lady Indians, who, as we mentioned, are coached by Miss Christy Edlin. Now public address announcer Bryce Davis is making his introductions, and we were going to have the national anthem in just a moment, so we will pause for the national anthem. All right, we're about set to have the starting lineups introduced by Mr. Bryce Davis. Arapaho Butler Lady Indians. They start a junior, number 15, Katie Edlin. A senior, number 21, Haley Cortez. A senior, number 22, Abigail Casas. A junior, number 24, Bailey Walker. And a senior, number 25, Addison Friesen. The Lady Indians come into the game with a 2-0 record. They have defeated Granite 48-11 and Blair 55-22. And now for the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs. They start a sophomore, number 1, Zoe Brown. A sophomore, number 3, Kalia Silverhorn. A junior, number 12, Ginger Bear. A senior, number 14, Riley Rip. And a freshman, number 15, Reagan Rip. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Miss Jana Rogers. And as I mentioned, they come into the game with a 1-0 record after defeating Indiahoma 41-32. Looks like the Mustangs are sporting new uniforms tonight, Blake.
They are. I noticed those back at Indiahoma. I believe they were wearing the blue version of those. The boys, as I recall, got some new ones last season. Girls get their turn this season. I quite like them. How about you?
You know, I do. I didn't notice that I guess I just wasn't paying attention, but the white home uniforms really stand out as different from what they've had in the past. They are very attractive. They're got the little pony Mustang down on the sides of the legs and look very attractive. All right, it'll be Ginger Bear jumping against Bailey Walker. And we're underway. Arapaho will start on offense first. And the Mustangs open up in that 2-3 zone, it appears. 3-2 zone. Arapaho probing around the perimeter, trying to find an opening. The Mustangs did an outstanding job, I thought, defensively in that first contest. I know that's what Coach Rogers stresses, is moving your feet. There's a good steal by Riley Rep on the inside. He gets it out to Silverhorn. So good defensive work that time on the first possession, Blake, by the Lady Mustangs.
Silverhorn had 3 steals last Friday, already 1 tonight.
And there's a steal by Arapaho, and then she stumbles and falls, bringing it into the front court. So there's a break for the Lady Mustangs as they have the ball in their second possession. Arapaho playing some version of his own as well. In the corner, that's Reagan Rep. One dribble back out. They swing it around the perimeter to Silverhorn. Riley Rep, she led all scorers Friday night with 17 points, so she's the only senior on the ball club, and they try to get it over to her as much as possible. Ball's tapped out of bounds by Arapaho. As Rep had 17. Had a couple of three-pointers, as I recall, late in that contest, and when they really needed them. Was able to, I think it was a tie ball game at the half, and Lady Mustangs stretched it out late in the game off some scoring from Rep. And they're really conscious of her. They tried to get it down to her sister Reagan, and there's a carry. The ball bounced up over her head, so it's turned back over. That's 2 turnovers, actually 3 turnovers, I guess, on Arapaho already. So
3 on Arapaho, 2 on Lady Mustangs already. I don't believe anyone's even got a shot.
Yeah, I think I was just fixing to say that. She took the words right out of my mouth. Nobody's shot the ball yet. There's 6:22 to play in the opening period. There's Rep with it along the baseline. Back out front to Zoe Brown over to Silverhorn. Silverhorn's a good shooter. She can hit that three-pointer if you leave her open. Somebody needs to get right in that crease there. Crank one, I think. They're kind of leaving the wings open. Somebody could get in that area and
1
be
or
ready
2
to
more
shoot it.
steps.
Yeah,
they'd be in
they're
range.
They're a little far out. They need to get up on the line, it seems to me. Right there you go. They recover quickly. Brown couldn't get the shot off. In the corner to Rep. They really close out on her quickly. And so far, it's kind of been a chess match. Neither team really able to penetrate into the zone to get an opening.
I'd say both teams thus far have done their homework.
Yeah, I think they know who the shooters are, don't you? Now Rep, Riley and Reagan change the side of the floor. Reagan's going to drive along the baseline, cut off. Back to Brown. Might have got away with drug her pivot foot a little bit, got away with it. Now the Mustangs picked up the pace a little bit on offense, trying to move the ball a little quicker. That's what you're going to have to do to get that zone to move. Bear has it, and she's going to throw it away, and it's going to be turned over to Indiana. So I guess we're tied up in turnovers, 3-3.
We are.
But no score with 5:18 to play opening period. Now let's see what the Mustangs can do on defense. They lob the ball down in front of the basket, turnaround shot, no good. Put back is no good, and there's going to be a foul on the Lady Mustangs. And the foul is charged to Kalia Silverhorn, her first. And at the line will be number 21, Haley Cortez. And she makes the first.
And here we go, finally. We get our first shot attempt, and Lady Indians already with an offensive rebound. Second chance points.
Yeah.
Might be the decision maker in this one.
She makes them both. It's 2-0. And they come out in a 3/4 court press, a 1-2-2 press. And Reagan Rep has it over to Silverhorn and still in the backcourt to Zoe Brown. Didn't cause the Lady Mustangs any trouble, that press. So pretty passive in it. Start off the ball game. Mustangs going to need to get an opening. They haven't had a very good look at the basket. Matter of fact, they haven't even taken a shot. And there's a steal, and then Cortez stepped on the sideline, and that's twice they've had steals, and lost it immediately as they were headed up the floor. But I don't, has Fort Cobb taken a shot yet, Blake?
They have not. Haven't really even gotten a good look yet.
No, really, you're right. This 1-3-1 kind of has them stymied. But Coach Rogers, as we talked about, there's a Riley rep. She'll try a three-pointer, hit the heel of the basket, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Reagan rep, they say. Coach Rogers has been around a long time. She knows how to attack these zones, and I suspect at some point here, maybe at the quarter break, she'll adjust the offensive flow to try to get in those creases. There's a lob pass down to Bailey Walker, and she knocks it in for two, and it's a 4-0 lead for Arapaho Butler. Once again, kind of a passive press, just kind of cause Mustangs to slow down a little bit. They have no trouble advancing it. Silverhorn looks at the go, but she's a little bit off the line. As Blake mentioned, she needs to scoot up there a little bit and be ready. Reagan, she'll try a three-pointer. No good. Looked like it was in, but it skipped across the basket. And Abigail Casas into the front court for Arapaho. Ginger Bear tapped it off of Haley Cortez. Good play by Ginger Bear as she came from the backside and knocked it away. So it's turned back over to Fort Cobb Broxton. 3:39 to play, opening period. Arapaho on top 4-0. Arapaho Butler seems to have quite a height advantage to me. Those three frontline players are all about 5'10", it appears to me. There's Reagan rep baseline three, no good. Once again skipped across the basket. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound attempt on Arapaho. Foul is going to be charged to 22, Abigail Casas. And that's her first personal, first team foul. And Silverhorn will inbound. Trying to get it into rep, can't do it. Got her triple teamed, and they're going to take a timeout. Coach Rogers called a timeout to save the turnover. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are.
All right, be the Lady Mustangs basketball in underneath the baseline as Haley Kalk is checked in for the Lady Indians, and the ball is tapped out of bounds on the inbound play. She replaced Friesen, I believe, wasn't it? Number 20. No, she's still out there. Was it Casas? Did she replace 22, I believe? They get the ball into Bear. Shot no good. Reagan Rep with the rebound. She's double teamed out to Silverhorn. Reagan Rep along the corner. Outside to Zoe Brown. In the corner to Riley Rep. And they swing it around to Silverhorn. Mustangs being pretty methodical here. Probably a good idea, to tell you the truth. 2:49 to play, opening period. Pass it around. Hopefully you can get an opening and put the ball in the basket somehow. Not a bad idea right here. Now Reagan has it, left wing, one dribble. Got the Silverhorn around to Zoe Brown. They need to whip it around there a little quicker, and they get their feet set. Perhaps they could launch a three. Cross skip past to Brown. Good ball fake. Dribbles along the right wing. Cross court pass to Reagan Rep, and they call it for traveling. Another turnover for the Lady Mustangs. As checking in will be Brecken Hunter. And Abigail Casas checking back in. With 2:13 to play, opening period. Arapaho Butler on top 4-0. Get the ball down low, kick it out front. Three-pointer good by Abigail Casas for her first basket of the game, and it's 7-0 Arapaho Butler. Skip pass over to Rep, in the corner to Riley, back out to Reagan. At some point, Blake, I think you'd like to see one of these guards penetrate in that crease, kick it, somebody opening. There's a steal, and Reagan Rep hustles back to save a layup. He goes out of bounds off of Rep, but it'll stay with Arapaho. Good hustle that time by Reagan. And they will inbound, lobs it out front. Dribbles in the paint, kicks it out to Casas. Along the baseline to Edelin. Dribbles out on the wing. Skip pass to Cortez. The late footer off the glass won't go. Edelin with the rebound. Bear on her, kicks it out to Casas. Now top of the key is Kalk. There's a drive, shot no good. Rebound Riley Rep. 1:08 to play, opening period. Coach Rogers exhorting them to push the ball, try to get a shot in transition would be a help, I think. Silverhorn tracks it down. Up ahead to Reagan. And now Arapaho extending their zone a little bit, creating a little more pressure on the Lady Mustangs. Less than a minute to play now. Over to Riley Rep. Has it poked away briefly. Now to Silverhorn. Rep's wide open. Didn't get it to her quite in time. 31 seconds to play, opening period. .22 seconds, and Coach Rogers are going to say, let's play for one shot here. And Zoe Brown handling with 14-13. Be nice to get a shot here, make a basket here at the end of the quarter, Blake.
It would.
6 seconds, they start the attack. 2 seconds, Silverhorn with it. Cross-court pass, and time will expire. After one period, Arapaho 7, Fort Cobb Broxton 0. You're listening to FCBMustangs.tv.
Nixon Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
It'll be Lady Mustangs basketball, trailing 7-0 after one period of play. We'll see what kind of adjustments Fort Cobb made during the timeout. Number 2 is in for Arapaho. That's Kelsey Beals, playing out guard out on the front of this zone. As the Mustangs continue to pass around the perimeter. There's a skip pass to Rep. One dribble back out to Silverhorn. Now Riley Rep has gone to the free throw line to kind of play a high post, try to get her loose, perhaps. Now she goes into the corner. They're really doing a good job covering up Ginger Bear down on the low post. So far, there's just been no openings, Blake.
And they haven't really tried to go into those gaps and draw the defense back in either.
There's a lob pass to Blair. Shot's good by Ginger Bear, and that was a nice play. as Ginger Bear had her defender screened on her back, and it was a nice lob pass in there from Rep, and she laid it in for 2. And the foul is going to be charged to Addison Friesen. And Bear completes the three-point play, and just like that, it's 7-3. So a couple of possessions like that, and you're right back in the ball game. Now Arapaho on the attack. Mustangs seem to have a little more spring in their step after that scoring. Now they get the ball down low. Shot blocked by Riley Rep. Beautiful play as Chloe Connolly went up for the shot. Riley Rep said, no, sir. Rejected. And now the Mustangs come down on the attack. See if they can figure out how to get there's a three-pointer by Reagan Rep. Oh, rolled around the rim and out. Bear with an offensive rebound, and then she stumbles, tripped over someone's foot and fell down. Tough luck that time, as it looked like Bear might have an opportunity for an offensive putback. But it's turned back over to Arapaho as they insert a couple of their starters back. Edlin comes back in. And now the Mustangs trying to extend that zone. Edlin drives along the baseline, and she's going to be bumped and fouled on the shot. Foul is charged to Riley Rep. And at the line will be Katie Edlin, shooting 2. And she makes the first. So far, the Lady Indians are 3 for 3 at the line. And she'll have one more as they lead it 8-3 with 6:07 to play, second period. She makes them both. And no press this time by the Lady Indians. Let's see what Coach Rogers has up her sleeve on this attempt. Looks like Arapaho gone to a man-to-man this possession. And they try to get it to Bear, cutting across the lane, and the ball was poked away by Bailey Walker. But it'll stay with Fort Cobb Broxton. We'll see how they handle this man-to-man defense. Reagan Rip has it knocked away. Edlin picks it up, dribbles into the front court. 3 on 2, dumps it down low. Shot is off the glass, no good. Putback is good. And that was Addison Friesen for 2, her first basket. And it's 11-3 with 5.5 to play first half. Gonna have to set some screens on this man. They do, screen and roll. They could try to lob it into Rep, but it was intercepted by Cortez. Brings it into the front court. Edlin with it right side. Near steal by Brown. Right side, Cortez. Her three-pointer won't fly. Saved along the baseline. The late footer's no good. And the ball is out of bounds off of Addison Friesen, so it'll stay with Fort Cobb, or go to Fort Cobb Broxton.
Lady Indians already with 4 offensive rebounds to 1 defensive.
Yeah. And Fort Cobb now on the attack over to Riley Rep. They try to lob it in once again to Bear. And Arapaho's doing a good job coming from behind to tap that pass away. Perhaps a bounce pass might work. They've got the right idea, trying to get Bear isolated down on that low block. If they can just execute the play. Having trouble getting it in. They finally do to Rep way out front. Reagan with it. And now Coach Rogers wants them to spread the floor a little bit. They're trying to get Bear isolated on her post player. Zoe Brown on the handle now. Arapaho does a good job defending the post. Hard to get an entry pass there. In the corner to Reagan. Out front to Brown. Silverhorn, boy, she had an opening right there, but she wasn't quite ready to shoot. Now she'll drive. Left-handed shot off the glass, no good, but it was a good attempt. Rebound by Edlin. I'd like to see more of that, Blake. That was a better set right there. There's Edlin, catches a pass, shot no good. Might have got whacked across the nose on the shot, but it'll be the Mustangs basketball. Yeah, I think perhaps you could have a clear out and let Silverhorn try to take it to the rim again. That if you could get the floor loaded up to one side and get Silverhorn isolated, perhaps that might work. There's a lob to Bear, too hard, and it goes into the hands of Arapaho, and there's a long pass up ahead to Bailey Walker, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Riley Rep. And that will be Riley's second personal foul. At the line for the Lady Indians will be Bailey Walker, who has 2 points on the night. And they missed the first free throw. Checking in will be for the Lady Mustangs, Madison Savage, replacing Ginger Bear. And in for Arapaho, number 22, checked back in, Abigail Casas. She missed them both. Good box out that time by Riley Rep, and foul's going to be charged to Addison Friesen. Her second personal, and she's going to be replaced by Haley Kalk. With 3:01 to play in a half. Pressure once again in the backcourt. Up to Rep. And penetrate. That's a good idea. She just needs to keep going with that, I think. Brown lost the handle on it. It's picked up by Arapaho Butler. Walker on the drive. Has her pocket picked by Silverhorn. And now Brown into the front court. Over to Silverhorn. To Rep. Drives along the baseline. Fumbles it a little bit. Now picks it up. And the pass is intercepted by Haley Cortez. Lob pass up ahead to Edlin. Bumps it off the glass for 2. That's 4 for Edlin. And it's 13-3. Up ahead to Reagan Rep. Over to Savage underneath the basket. Shot blocked by Haley Cortez, and it hit the gold standard, so it'll stay with Fort Cobb Broxton. And checking in will be Chloe Cannelly, replacing Bailey Walker for the Lady Indians. Silverhorn trying to get it inbounded. Finally does to Savage. One dribble back to Silverhorn along the baseline. Three-pointer on the way, no good. And the ball is fumbled out of bounds by Kalk, so it'll stay with Fort Cobb Broxton. And Coach Jana Rogers would like to take a 30-second timeout. And we will too. We'll be back after this short break.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Hey, Blake, you have any idea what the county seat of Custer County is?
County seat of Custer County. My first instinct would be either Weatherford or Clinton.
The reason I'm asking that question is because it's Arapaho.
Huh.
Arapaho, located about 4 miles north of Clinton, county seat of Custer County.
Never would have guessed that.
It is interesting. Silverhorn inbound to Zoe Brown. And let's see what Coach Rogers has drawn up here. Need to get somebody isolated to get a shot. It'll be interesting here at the halftime break when Blake gives us our halftime report how many shots the Lady Mustangs have actually taken. with 1:32 to play in the half. Trying to get it to Savage, but Indians are fronting the post, so they have to lob it over the defender, and when that happens, the backside defense is able to come over and swipe it away. Fort Cobb plays the same type of defense and has for a number of years. Always front the post. Don't let them lob it in there so easy. And there's a travel. Brown shuffled her feet. Long-time officials Eddie Fry and Darrell Teal on the call tonight. And the third gentleman, I don't know his name, but Mr. Fry and Mr. Teal they've called a number of ball games here over the years. There's a pass down low, turnaround shot's too hard off the glass by Calc, but she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. As the foul is going to be charged to Rep, and that'll be 3 on Riley. Well, that certainly calls for concern, as the Lady Mustangs' leading scorer is 3 fouls, and Calc will be shooting 2. As first free throw good. Her first point. As Bear checks in for Riley Rep. And checking in for Arapaho will be Haley Cortez, replacing Chloe Cannelly. Darrell Teal from Mountain View, Eddie Fry from Anadarko. Good officials, always have been. Both free throws good.
Both a lot of games under their belt.
Oh, yeah. Certainly have. They've probably seen about everything you could see in a high school basketball game. There's Brown, left side of Reagan Rep. One dribble along the baseline, kicks it out to Silverhorn. And Brown's going to be bumped and fouled by Kelsey Beals out front with 36 seconds to play. And that will be the 4th team foul on Arapaho, so Lady Mustangs will just maintain possession of the ball here. They've made 1 field goal today. That was Ginger Bear, and she was fouled on that, made the free throw. That's how Fort Cobb has her 3 points. They've not been able to solve this Arapaho Butler zone whatsoever. And looked like she might have got by with a travel, and then the pass was too high and out of bounds. It'll be turned over to Arapaho with 6.9 seconds to play. And it'll be Arapaho's basketball. Into the front court, 5 seconds. Lob pass down low, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound Fort Cobb Broxton, and that will be your halftime score as Arapaho leads it 15-3 in what was really a dominating performance so far by the Lady Indians of Arapaho Butler. As we'll turn it over to Blake Perryman for our halftime report. Blake?
Well,
this probably won't take long, will it?
I don't know. I said before the game, talked to Coach Rogers, had a couple goals for the game, and neither of those were really accomplished. They were maybe held down. 14 turnovers for the Lady Mustangs to 7 for Arapaho Butler. And Lady Mustangs shooting 1 for 9. That one shot came off an and-one opportunity for Ginger Bear. 11%, 0 for 5 from 3. Arapaho 4 for 13 from the field, 31%, and 1 for 2 from behind the arc. Lady Indians shot 8 free throws, made 6, and that's where almost half of their points came from, was from the stripe. Gonna have to do a lot of things: limit turnovers, limit offensive rebounds. Lady Indians had 4 offensive rebounds that half to 2 defensive, and you don't see that very much whenever you have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Scoring for the Lady Mustangs, said earlier, Ginger Bear with 3, and I won't bother to go into what Arapaho has, but hopefully Coach Rogers comes out second half with a few adjustments, maybe a better way to attack their zone and take care of the ball a little bit better.
All right. Thank you very much, Blake. Yeah, I'm sure she's in there with her notepad right now, probably drawing up a plan to try to attack this zone. I'm certainly no coach, so I wouldn't assume to know how to do that. But they went to a man-to-man lot in that second half, and we didn't have a lot of success against that either. So Arapaho's pretty deep. They played about 10 girls. They all seem about the same caliber players. They have good size, and it's just hard to penetrate a zone. We saw that last week in the boys contest against Indiahoma. Indiahoma had some tall ball players, and they really eat up a lot of space in that zone, and that's kind of what these girls are doing. They have the floor spread, and they close out on your shooters really quickly, and if you don't move the ball quick enough, you never get an open shot. And then when they try to lob it into the post, we get it swatted away. So it's a predicament we're in right now to try to figure out an offensive set. I would anticipate what you might have to do is find a ball handler who's willing to try to penetrate in there on their own, and have enough confidence in their ball handling ability that they could crease that zone and kick it out to an open shooter. But anyway, easier said than done, Blake.
Very true. I'll tell you, it's a little reminiscent. The way they were putting fresh legs in the ball game, it's a little reminiscent of back in the days of the 2000 state championship team. The only reason I know this is because my uncle played on that team. But whenever we play Carnegie, it seems like they had even their second and third string guys were just as good as their starters. And every time they subbed people in, it was like playing a starting lineup.
Yeah. That has a big effect on a ball game. It sure does. All right, let's take a minute and thank our sponsors once again. ABC Superior Realty, Miss Shelley Dissy. T-Birds right here in Fort Cobb with Mr. Travis Birchie, the owner. Ouachita Valley Bank, hometown bank since 1902. Proud supporter of the Mustangs for a long, long time. Carnegie Fiber, located over in Carnegie, Oklahoma. For all your internet needs, give them a call. Mr. Kent Sexton of Southwest Driving School over in Anadarko. If your son or daughter needs some driving instructions, or anybody for that matter, give Kent Sexton a call at 580-512-6936. That's the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School. All right, let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to FCB Mustangs basketball on fcbmustangs.tv.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your...
I'm ready whenever you are. I guess we're ready to go. Welcome back to Fort Cobb. Halftime. It's been all Arapaho so far as they lead it 15-3. Blake kind of gave us a synopsis of what he thought we needed to do to get back in the game, and number one was not turn the ball over so much. Good advice, I think. So we'll see what Coach Rogers drew up in the halftime locker room. It's good to be in the home gym, though. You know, it's been a year since we played a home game. We traveled to Indiana last Friday night. This coming Friday night, the Mustangs will travel to Chattanooga. And we will be on the air about 6:15 as Mustangs travel down to Chattanooga for boys and girls contest with the Chattanooga Warriors. Long-time rivals of Fort Cobb for many, many years. Superintendent Jerry Brown down there used to coach the boys. I think we met him in the state finals one year, Chattanooga.
Might have.
Be interesting to go down there and take on the Warriors. But tonight we got our hands full with Arapaho Butler Lady Indians as the Mustangs break the huddle. And it'll be Arapaho's basketball to start the third period. And it looks like the Mustangs have their starting lineup intact of Rep sisters Riley Reagan, Ginger Bear, Kalia Silverhorn, and Zoe Brown. And for Arapaho, looks like their starters also Katie Edlin, Haley Cortez, Abigail Casas, Bailey Walker, and Addison Friesen on the floor.
Something to pay attention to here in the second half. Riley Rep with 3 fouls. So
okay, good point. She picked up her third with about a minute to play there in that second period. They need to keep her on the floor as much as possible here. And there's a foul immediately on Ginger Bear. This kind of ball was up for grabs. And Bear picked up the personal foul. And that'll be Ginger's first personal. And the Lady Indians set to inbound. Edlin directing traffic. Gets the ball out front. Mustang doing a pretty good job defensively. And then they leave the back door open and they lob it in to Bailey Walker, and she lays it in for 2. That's 4 points for Bailey, and it's 17-3. Looks like Arapaho's gone to a 1-3-1 zone here to start the third period. If Brown would step up on that three-point line, I think she could get a quick pass and have an opening. Now she'll penetrate, tries to dump it over to the right, and it's intercepted by Haley Cortez, and she's dribbling down on a fast break, bumps it off the glass for 2. Haley Cortez with her 4th point. Dribbled right into that trap. It's kind of what they want you to do, I think. Down the bounce pass to Reagan Rip. She'll try a right wing 3 off the heel of the basket. And the rebound is controlled by Casas. Up ahead to Edlin into the front court. Riley Rep steps in front of the pass and knocks it away. It'll stay with Arapaho. They lob it in, right in front of the basket. Shot good by Bailey Walker, as she leads all scorers tonight with 6 points. And it's 21-3. Brown kicks it to Riley Rip. Baseline 3 on the way, short. Brown hustles for the rebound, penetrates in the paint, and has it knocked away and stolen away. Here comes Edlin on a run out. Shot over Silverhorn's good, and Silverhorn fouled her. And Edlin will be at the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Have you got a show animal this year, Blake?
I do. I have a couple. Heifers that we drag around to a few shows.
What breed do you show?
I have 2 Simmentals.
2 Simmentals. And how'd you do at Tulsa?
I had 3rd with one and 4th with the other. Not too bad. It was my first time going to Tulsa. Had a few things go on the past few years that didn't allow me to go, but
yeah. Tulsa State Fair is a nice fair to go to, isn't it? I always thought.
Is.
Let's take a 30-minute, or not a 30-minute. How about a 30-second timeout, guys? That'd be all right. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
All right, we're back to action. 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Arapaho on top 24-3. Bounce pass in the corner to Reagan Rip, out front, around to Silverhorn. Bounce pass in the corner to Riley Rip. I tell you what, Arapaho's got their hands on the basketball an awful lot, Blake, when we try to lob it over their heads, and they jump up and slap it away or intercept it more times than not, it seems. Seems like they just read our minds on where we're going to pass it. They dump it down low to Bear, and she's going to be tied up by Edlin. And checking in will be Brecken Hunter, replacing Katie Edlin. No, not Edlin. She's going to stay in. Changed her mind. Now she's going to go. Bailey Walker's going to be replaced. And Silverhorn set the inbound. They get it into Bear. Turnaround shot's no good, but she's fouled by Cortez, and that's a good strong move there by Ginger Bear. First foul on Cortez, and Ginger Bear, who has the only points for the Mustangs tonight, try to add 2 more to it, and she misses the first. She'll have 1 more. And the second free throw is short. Missed them both. And Arapaho now on the attack. So you got a first in your class and a fourth in the class? Is that what you said earlier?
3rd and 4th.
Third and fourth. So is the show season over now, or do you wait till spring? Is that what you do now?
For some people. And then there is some people out there that the season doesn't end.
What do you go to? Just local shows around different
Most
places?
of the time, we have some local shows. We have a county show, a district show. Then our state tournament would be, state fairs or OYE, something like that.
So the ones that you're showing, they were pretty young then. They'll really come alive in the spring. Is that how it kind of works? Or?
I hope. That's always the plan.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't always go like that.
And the ball's knocked away from Zoe Brown. It'll be turned over to Arapaho. A lot of early mornings in the show barn, I guess, huh?
Definitely.
Are you a pretty good fitter, or do you have somebody do it for you?
Oh, we have a few people. Our ag teacher, Bryce Gibson, he mainly does ours. And Casey Hilmus has done a few for us, and he has 3 girls. 2 of them are old enough to show, and they've done pretty well. They've gone some national shows and done quite well. So.
Oh, really?
A lot of people from Fort Cobb that show have done really well.
You know, they've had a good program for. Well, I've been here since 1983, and I know it was started long before then, of the show program, all the way back to, I don't know, probably the 50s or 60s, I would imagine. I think, as I recall reading on the banks of the Washita, Claude Milwee had grand champion steer, I think, in the nation, as I recall, back in those days. So,
I think you're right. I think I remember seeing something about that one time.
I forget the name of his calf, but it was kind of a catchy name. I can't think of it offhand, but that made headlines, I know.
Yeah, and Larry Bellamy and a few more of the Bellamys have had really good hogs.
Oh yeah, it's
for quite some time.
You're right. They big hog breeders here in Oklahoma, Fort Cobb, and known nationwide. Of course, remember ag teacher by the name of Kusel. John Kusel.
Yep.
I think he might have started it years and years ago. Larry Bellamy continued that on, and now we have what's the teacher now?
Bryce Gibson.
Bryce Gibson.
He's in his 2nd year now.
Okay. Always been an outstanding agriculture showing program here at Fort Cobb. A lot to be proud of in the school system. There's Zoe Brown on a crossover, but then she lost it to Brecken Hunter. There's a little 8-foot jumper, won't go. Offensive rebound by the Lady Indians. Silverhorn harassing Cortez. You know, they're just so tall. They're so much taller than we are. They can just stand there and hold it over her head, and we can't get it away.
Yep.
There's a little 2-footer by Haley Cortez. That's 6 for Haley, and it's 26-3. 2:38 to play in the 3rd period. Yeah, now we've got a lot of, I guess the sheep and goats have become quite a strong showing around here too as well, besides the cattle and the pigs. Mustangs running a kind of a weave out front. Riley Rip. And her pass is out of bounds. Been a difficult night so far, to say the least, for the Lady Mustangs. They have had all kinds of trouble with this Arapaho team, who came in here with a 2-0 record. So it's no fluke. They got a good ball club. Out front is Abigail Casas. And out now to Kelsey Beals. Long 3-pointer on the way along the baseline's good by Abigail Casas, and that's 2 trays on the night for Abigail. And it makes it 29-3. Arapaho back in a man-to-man defense. Reagan Rip can't get away from her defender. Gets it over to Zoe Brown. In the corner to Riley. Down to Ginger Bear. Faces the basket. Shot blocked by Abigail Casas. Looked like she might have caught her on the forearm, but good defense nevertheless. And the pass is too high for Abigail Casas as she was setting her feet to shoot another 3-pointer from over there, it appeared. with a minute to play. Third period. Home opener of the season for the Mustangs. First game here in the friendly confines this season. There's Silverhorn, top of the key, tries to drive, nice ball fake, shot off the glass, no good. Can't get the shot in the basket tonight, Blake. Hit the rim twice and fell off. 30 seconds to play. Edlin, 4-footer right in front of the basket, it rolls off. Rebound Arapaho. Over to Beals. Has it tapped away by Silverhorn. Finally it's picked up by Casas to Edlin. 12 seconds to play. Over to Beals. Dribbles to the top of the key. Cross court pass to Beals. Gets a screen. Now drives long pass over to Edlin as the buzzer sounds. At the end of 3 periods of play, Arapaho 29, Fort Cobb Broxton 3. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
As we start the 4th period of play, it will be Fort Cobb's basketball. And it's going to take a miraculous comeback here, Blake, as they trail at 29-3. Just have to take one possession at a time, see if we can improve here a little bit. Get ready for the next game. Lot to work on here, and that's what they're going to try and do. Bump it down low to Bear, and she is clobbered from behind by Addison Friesen. Helps her up. As that was the 3rd foul on Friesen. And the Lady Mustangs to inbound. Out front, Reagan Rip. Over to Brown. You know, I noticed a lot of times we kind of have a habit of one dribble and passing, one dribble and pick it up.
Yep.
I'd kind of like to see them, just like right there, like to see them keep their dribble alive. There you go, just like that. Reagan Rip dribbles in the paint. The late footer won't go, but I think that's the right idea, and they throw it away. You'll keep that dribble alive and not just one dribble and pick it up. Then, then you can't do anything. You just, keep dribbling into that paint and see what happens. And I think that's what this late in the game in this contest, they could make some plays like that and build up their confidence for the next game to realize, that they can do that. And there's a foul as she split the defenders. Sometimes, I know at least back 100 years ago when I played, sometimes you can do things more than you realize. And then when you try it in a game and it works, you think, oh, I can do that again. And so I
build
think
up a little confidence.
Yeah, try to work on those things. Just little things that'll help you in the next ball game. There's a steal. And all the way down is Connolly. Her shot's no good. Ball loose on the floor. Scramble for it, and it's picked up by Arapaho Butler. Edlin, left-handed pass down low to Haley Cortez, and she knocks it in for 2, and that's 8 for Haley. And she leads all scorers tonight. 2 free throws and 3 field goals. Once again, that one dribble and they pick it up, and then you're just stymied. There's Silverhorn. Double team, one dribble, picks it up. There's Ginger Bear loose under the paint. Her shot won't go. Rebound to Addison Friesen. Had a couple of pretty good looks this last couple of possessions, but no luck at all. Edlin holding, right side to Cortez. Her shot's no good. Silverhorn with a nice rebound, and she's going to be bumped and fouled by Edlin. And checking in for Arapaho will be Haley Kalk, replacing Haley Cortez. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Want to be sure and thank our sponsors. There's a steal by Edlin, race it up the floor. There's a pass up ahead, shot no good. Edlin with a putback, no good. If you're able to sit in your recliner and watch the Mustangs on a Tuesday night, you can thank our sponsors, the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Mr. Kent Sexton, Carnegie Fiber over in Carnegie, Oklahoma, Ouachita Valley Bank here in Fort Cobb, T-Birds in Fort Cobb, and Shelley Dissey, ABC Superior Realty. Thank all those fine folks for bringing us the broadcast each game of the season. Blake Perryman, our color commentator and stats man. He's also the engineer of these broadcasts. He carries the equipment with him, all the road games, home games, and sets it all up. We appreciate all the hard work he does. We have Cade Baker also running the commercials for us, and Kagan Dudgeon on the camera. So those guys doing a great job keeping us on the air. We appreciate all their hard work. 4:48 to play in the ball game. And you got a couple of Big 12 scores for us?
I do. Both Cowboys and the Sooners playing. I think pretty much the whole country tonight, college basketball opened up. The Oklahoma State Cowboys facing UT Arlington. They are up 30-7. Sort of what looked like it could have been a promising season for them got derailed. NCAA putting the sanction on them, the postseason ban.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And Sooners up 16-12 on Northwestern State.
All right, thank you, Blake. Yeah, that NCAA penalty makes you scratch your head. You just can't hardly believe they would penalize them in such a harsh manner. There's Rep on the drive, has it batted away. Now she picks it up and lost it. Yeah, the Cowboys going to have a good team too. That's
they will.
The shame of it. Three-pointer along the baseline, high arcing shot, no good, and there's a foul on Brecken Hunter over the rebound, over the back on the rebound. That's her first personal. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout taken by Arapaho. Butler will do the same. We'll be back after this short break.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service,
we are halfway through the fourth period of play. And it'll be Fort Cobb's ball. Silverhorn will inbound to Zoe Brown. Bear comes out, sets the screen, rolls to the basket, can't get it to her. That's a good idea, the old pick and roll, but it just didn't work that time. But it's good practice there to try to keep doing that. Brown with it. Tries to get it to Rep on a roll. There's a near steal. Silverhorn now gets away. The late foot jumper, no good. And Arapaho with the rebound. As the Mustangs have some new girls set to check in. And the basket's good by Bailey Walker. And we're going to have some substitutions now for the Lady Mustangs, as I'll try to get all the players in here for you. We have number 22, Demery Weaver. Number 13 is Madison Savage. 25 is Talia Watts. Zoe Brown still out there along with Reagan Rep. So I think this is 5 freshmen, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. For the Lady Mustangs, Brown has it. Brown is a sophomore, so we got Brown's a sophomore, and the rest of them are freshmen. That's Demery Weaver with it. Savage out front to Reagan Rep. Straightaway 3 on the way, no good. Front of the rim, no good. Kelsey Beals with the rebound, and they lost it out of bounds. So Fort Cobb will have possession of the ball here with 2:37 to play in the contest. And checking in will be J.C. South for Arapaho, and Savage set to inbound. Over to Weaver, out front now to Brown. Right side Reagan Rep. Skip pass over to Brown. Back to Weaver, to Rep. They close out on her quickly. .2:15 to play in the contest. They dump it down low to Savage. Turned the wrong way. Now she turns to the basket. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound by Cecilia Alexander. Outlet over to Morgan D. Sawatsky. Kinley Giles with it. Ball knocked away and off of Alexander, so it will go to Fort Cobb Broxton with 1:49 to play in the contest. Weaver with it. Over to Brown. Dribble suit traffic. Shot off the glass, no good. See, I'd like to see her do that more often. She missed the shot, but you know what? It's a good idea. You keep doing that, you'll eventually start making them. There's a steal along the baseline by Watts, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll stay with Arapaho. A couple of more subs come in for Fort Cobb. That will be Faith Harrison and Anaya Funmaker check in, replacing Zoe Brown and Reagan Rep. And the ball is lost out of bounds, and it'll stay with Arapaho. Inbounding will be Giles. And she passes the ball to Jada Aiken, and she's going to be bumped and fouled by Anaya Funmaker. At the line is Aiken shooting 2. Aiken, a left-hander. No good. Too hard off the back iron, but it came right back to her. Giles with it now out front to Cameron Oakes. To Giles, and foul on Anaya Funmaker, who she's making things happen.
She is.
Out there. She's
getting active.
Absolutely. That's her second personal. Got her name in the book. That's the way to do it. Get out there and do something. You know, back when I played, Blake, when you fouled, you had to raise your hand. Believe that? Ball tapped out of bounds.
I believe movie Hoosiers, maybe.
Yeah.
Was it?
They do it when they said you fouled, you were supposed to raise your hand. Inbound play to Jada Aiken, and she makes the basket. A lot of things have changed since 1977, I'm telling you.
They have. I'd say most of the time nowadays guys are arguing that they didn't foul them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, back in 1977, there wasn't any arguing with the officials. That didn't go on. There's a drive by Savage, shot no good. A lot of things have changed, some of them not for the better, you know, in that regard. Nowadays we have a lot of players who think they're officials, and that's never a good thing. 5 seconds to play. Alexander's shot at the free throw line won't go. Rebound, Fort Cobb Broxton, and that will do it. Your final score tonight, Arapaho 35, Fort Cobb Broxton 3. So congratulations to Coach Christy Edlin and the Arapaho Butler Lady Indians as they go to 3-0 on the season, as they have defeated Fort Cobb Broxton in the home opener tonight, 35-3, and quite a dominating performance, Blake.
It was. A lot of things you can take away from this game. Certainly a learning opportunity. You know, you get a new coach and a few new starters in there. I want to say, I'm not positive about this, but Lady Mustangs with either 2 or 3 new starters this season. 22 turnovers to 14. And that's one thing that Coach Rogers said she wanted to limit. Another thing, offensive rebounds. Lady Indians with 10 on their own side on the boards. Lady Mustangs shot 1 for 22 from the field, 0 for 9 from behind the arc. Lady Indians 13 for 33 and 2 for 4 from 3. Mustangs scoring. Ginger Bear had 3 points. And like I said, a learning opportunity. There towards the end, had a few more quality shots, a few more quality looks. So maybe a way to gain some confidence before they take a trip to Chatty Friday night.
Good point. Thank you, Blake. Yeah, I think definitely, you know, even in a game this one-sided at the end, they can learn some things about what they can do one-on-one in a one-on-one situation as far as handling the ball and penetrating a zone. And Coach Rogers has a lot to work on, and I'm sure in their practices next couple of days and in the next upcoming game, you'll see a lot of improvement from these girls. They never quit trying. They, you know, played their hardest the whole game, but just some things that they need to learn and develop some confidence. That's the main thing, I think, right now. But got anything more you want to say about the girls' contest?
Not.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Right.
I do know one thing.
What's that?
Mustangs add a guy to the roster. Blake Nunn is back. He's going to be a big body. I would say he's really physical and can shoot the 3. I don't think he'll take a lot of them, considering the fact you have Willits and Collins and Taylor on the perimeter, but certainly a guy that maybe can get some rebounds and defend well in the paint for us. So good to have him back.
Yes. All right, we will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll have some more information about the upcoming boys contest as the Mustangs take on the Arapaho Butler Indians tonight. Once again, your final score, Lady Indians 35, Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 35-3. We'll be back after this 3-minute timeout.
You can trust Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305.